So I just saw Marty Supreme a second time, and let me just say, if you think this movie is about table tennis, you are correct. But at the same time, it's a little bit much more than that. I will get into minor spoilers, so be ready. In the beginning of the movie, I really enjoy how it does a great job of establishing who and how his character acts, and especially with what he says, because he's kind of a crossbreed between degenerate asshole and wannabe wise guy in a sense, if you want to call him that, because as the movie unfolds even more, you meet more characters that kind of flesh out that attitude of his that I really like in this movie. You'll see. But to anyone who likes an ensemble cast, this movie does a great job with them, in my opinion, because some characters didn't really add to the story, but I will say their part in the story was really memorable, because the way I see it, every character kind of has their turn with dealing or putting up with Marty's bullshit, if that makes sense. Call me crazy, but seeing this movie twice, and not only that, both times for free, really adds to the como se dice cinema experience. And I want to get into that because I would say this movie is perfect for having in the background, because you can miss about 36% of this movie, but you'll still be engaged and still know what's going on. That's for sure. So, throughout the middle of the movie, you kind of want to root for Marty, but at the same time, as a human being, we all know assholes in real life. But when you see Marty, you're just like, damn, you are insufferable. But not only is he insufferable, but you're kind of in it to see if this guy will win or not. But here's the bigger question, is that how is he going to win with the way he is, you know? So I'm gonna sidetrack and get into spoiler territory, but it's not the craziest spoiler, but Kevin O'Leary's character. Now, this guy straight up tells Marty, hey, I'm a vampire, I was born in 1601, I've seen guys like you come and go, and the thing is, you guys are never gonna be happy. Even if you win, you'll never be happy. Now, this part really was, I would say, intrigued me the most, but at the same time, especially with this happening in like the climax kind of the part of the film, I feel like at this point, everyone just wants to see Marty win, but at the same time, I feel like nobody has the energy to even want to ask the question like, what the fuck? He's a vampire, you know? But that's all I gotta say. So as the ending unfolds, I can't help but feel conflicted about it almost, because most movies have a way of giving you what you want, just not the way you think. Now, do I feel like the shit he goes through equals to the end result of the movie? Hell no. But was I entertained? Yes. And I will say, this movie has great table tennis action combined with a lot of back and forth banter that some would find offensive. Just think, uncut gems set in the 50s with an 80s soundtrack with a little bit of that crude internet humor you see in social media comments. But all in all, I thought this movie was very enjoyable because you want to see how he does it and how he wins, you know? And I'll just leave it at that.